Progressive VTuber called out men. It did not end well. Ooh, another one. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a pretty funny situation involving a VTuber named Vex. We have briefly talked about this individual before. They are quite unhinged. A lot of the stuff they do on social media is...
And at the same time, like, I seen a lot of Vex posts, and all I could say is that they are pretty unhinged. Or like most of the times, but sometimes like it's crazy.
very aggressive and hypocritical, and we're seeing that happen yet again after they made this self-described, nuanced post about men, saying the only men
classic.
who get offended when someone says all men are the men we're talking about, by the way.
Bro. Like it's just like the another thing where no means yes and yes means no. Are we for real? Like in all the words that you can think of, like all men, it's pretty much has the same meaning. Like all men means all men. Are we for real right now? Like all men, it means like are the men we talking about? Yo, that is some crazy bullshit. If I say that all women, it would mean like all women, not like all women means like the women we are talking about. Jesus Christ.
So we'll get into the rhetorical fallacy here and how this VTuber gets very upset when people take their logic and extend it to other intrinsic traits to make a generalized blanket statement about them. But of course, they're going to play the victim. They essentially pick a fight against an entire gender, and when their logic starts to fall apart and they start looking unhinged, they make it a big cry fest for themselves.
Bro, like this is gotta be the most, like, the oldest trick in a book, that at this point it's pretty much like the common card when you pull when you try to become like when you try to become trending on Twitter, and you just wanna, like, if it has like too much heat, and like people are actually like going after you because of you made this statement and it's becoming unhinged, and then you pull out the victim card. Classic. It is a classic common card of all. Like it's pretty much like the common thing on Twitter. Like every time if I were to make a bingo card, every time a VTuber or pretty much Vex on this matter, that like they would try to stir some shit up, and then things got heated, and then after that they would back out and starts, like deflecting, or what you call it, like they would do what they do. I'll get the full bingo card. It's that simple.
While telling people to choke and saying everyone is racist. Now, this individual, like I said, is pretty unhinged. They have a history of saying some pretty heinous stuff, including this all-time classic
Jesus
from
Christ.
January of this year, saying F you, F ICE, F your God, F your mother for birthing you, F your father for not dumping you in a sock. Your mom should have used a coat hanger, you effing troglodyte. F off and go beat your D to your sister.
Jesus.
Now, that last part is very strange. I don't
they think this must be like a normal Tuesday night.
know why this person is thinking of something like that, let alone encouraging someone to do that. Very strange. But you can see overall, they're a pretty heinous individual when it comes to the posts they make on Twitter. Now, a few days after that, they tried to change their ways. They made this long-winded post saying they're going to do better and they're going to stop being so hostile towards people online. Well, that didn't last very long.
Ooh.
Within the next couple of weeks, there was a spurg out here where she started replying to a bunch of different people in a very short period of time, not with words, but instead with memes and pictures where she wants people to be put in their grave. She wants people to go missing. She also wants to go get a gun in response to someone criticizing her. And also said,
what the fuck?
People better relax or she'll fold you while your clothes are still on. And also silence hetero, which, that sort of slop we see all the time.
Holy fuck, man. Like I thought I was kidding, but this is the real deal. Yo, like I swear to God, like every day and the day after that and the day after that, there's always gotta be little gems, and also there's gonna be like that kind of person would be so unhinged enough that like it's pretty much normalized for them at this point. Like I do agree that like I read a post from like somebody I read it from a long time ago that like day by day Twitter like slowly becomes a mental asylum. I guess he's right. It is it is becoming a mental asylum because you get unhinged people just say the outlandish and yet crazy shit on the internet, especially on Twitter, and then like it's just they just keep going. Like it like it's it's kind of fascinating, like twitter.com or by X now, it needs to be studied real, especially for psychology students.
And of course, when they are confronted with this bloodthirsty set of rhetoric, she says they're just memes. I mean, the intellectual dishonesty is pretty profound. I guess if you send something in a meme format, you can't be accountable for what the message is saying. Ridiculous. But
Why is that
their
a meme?
hatred knows no bounds. They hate white people, despite being one. And as I always say, being a self-hating white person is very sad. They have been completely indoctrinated by all this nonsense to the point of hating themselves for an intrinsic trait they had no choice over. But they also clarify that you can't be racist against white people. Now, for this person who makes...
What the fuck? Yo, that's gotta be the most craziest shit that I ever heard. You can't be racist against it exclusively on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen.
self-described nuanced posts, I guess they should open up the definition of racism and point to where it says there's an exception for white people. I know, very bigoted of me to say this, but I don't think anybody should be treated poorly or differently because of the color of their skin and other intrinsic traits they have no control over. We should treat...
But wait, Rev, we are talking about these type of people where they will actually like when they trying to like get you like get on top or trying to have like a like trying to like one up you in an argument, they will always gotta pull up the race card. They will always gotta pull up the color of the skin card. Like it's pretty much part of their vocabulary that without like you cannot spot them without like having them to say something like, oh my god, like you can't be racist to black people, you can't be racist to white people, you can't like any other shit. Like it's normalized for them. Like it's part of the way they talk. This like it's part of them, and it's becoming like every time like they argue, they will just always pull that shit up. Like it's crazy, man. Like it's not even crazy anymore. It's like it's just meh.
everyone the same. We shouldn't make exceptions to be abusive towards people based on what skin color they have. I know, very bigoted take from me, but of course they also don't like men, very clearly, saying they don't want to go out in public anymore because they hate men, which is also ironic for someone who hates law enforcement so much. But also they say men aren't lonely enough. They also say they want the confidence of mediocre white men. And when people have an issue with that, they say, now that's what I call male fragility, which doesn't count because it's in a meme format, so don't get mad about that. It's in a meme format.
How is this a meme? All you gotta do is just pull a stock photo for background and just you put words on the picture. How is that even a meme? Oh my god, man. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Let me make that clear, it doesn't count. But of course, they weren't done after their history of clearly having an issue with men in a very general sense. they decided to come out with this, again, self-described nuanced post saying the only men who get offended when someone says all men are the men we're talking about, by the way. Now, of course, people in the replies will extend their logic into other categories of intrinsic traits and make generalized statements based on that, and Vex does not like when that happens, but this is a rhetorical fallacy that you should be aware of. It's called the Kafka trap. Okay, it's where you make a statement. You accuse someone or a group of people of something, and then if you deny that by the user's logic, you're now guilty of what they're saying. It's very, very disingenuous, and that's exactly what's happening here. And of course, if they're faced with generalized statements about other intrinsic traits, I guess they're not allowed to say anything about it, otherwise they're part of the problem by their own logic. And of course, that's exactly what happened, where one user said all blacks are violent, making a generalized stereotype statement, extending the logic of X in this previous post, and clearly not understanding what's happening here. They reply saying, get your racist behind the F on somewhere else. And she literally did the meme. She literally did the meme. This is a consistently viral screenshot that shows up all the time.
When I say kill all men, I really mean all, even George. Oh my god, man. Jeez. Yeah, hey, this user right here got a point, man. Even like if you say you're gonna let all men check out early, like there's no pick and choose of which ones that needs to go or needs to stay. Yo, like you give like other examples as well. Like you how about like Martin Luther King, or how about Michael Jackson? Well, I mean, like bless his soul, MJ. We still love you, King of Pop. But holy shit, man! Like these people, man. Like you cannot pick and choose by the things from your statement. If you say like general shit, I mean by general, I mean everyone in that sense. So you can't back out on that shit, man. Like what the fuck?
One user said, when I say end all men, I really mean all. And someone says, even George Floyd. And they go, literally, what is wrong with you? It happened again, ladies and gentlemen. But we can see a further description of their nuanced take, because one user would say, I always like the phrase, a hit dog hollers. And she says this, co-signing that logic. Now, of course, I know what people mean when they say a hit dog hollers, but think about that statement. People use it all the time. A dog hollers when it hits? You know, like when Kaya got shocked by Hassan, it yelped. You know, like when something bad happens, like getting hit.
No, we're not gonna talk about the color gate, man. That's the other video. But holy shit, man. Yo, free Kaya, by the way.
A person, or dog in this case, responds. What does that mean? But the way they use it is that if someone says something and you deny it, clearly you're guilty of whatever they're trying to say or accuse you of. And of course, I guess hit dogs holler when you have this sort of response to someone using your own logic against you. And when this user says you got cooked, they say, no, I don't speak to racist pieces of garbage. I win by default, choke, which is a not so subtle way of telling this person to have their life ended, obviously. But of course, their logic makes no sense. I think a lot of their responses are very impulsive on social media. It's like they always want to have the final word on everything. They respond to everything. And this is what happens. You say, I don't speak to racist pieces of garbage. So I guess these users are not racist by your own logic because you spoke to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, just impulsive posts, make no sense. And of course, she'll be mad about that extension of her own logic because it's stupid. But yeah, that's precisely it. These statements are stupid, and people are just using your logic and your own words against you. And of course, if you don't want to talk to racists, maybe don't talk to yourself because you have this hatred of white people. You can't be racist against them, of course, expected with virtue signalers like this.
Oh
But of
no.
course, you can see another person trying desperately to clarify what's happening and why people.
Hold on, like, lol, he just used your own logic against you. By your own logic, the fact that you got triggered means you got a problem talking about it. The fact that this went over your head, though, this is the real problem here. They say you're part of the problem, bro. What the fuck? Uh, Holy fuck, man! Like it's just pure
are making
impulse,
fun
man.
of her and why she's a hypocrite. This user says, he just used your own logic against you, and by your own logic, the fact that you got triggered means you're the problem he's talking about. The fact that this went over your head is the real problem here. And then Vex says, just say you're part of the problem, bro. You're the men we're talking about. So
Yo, like, what do you mean by part of the problem? Like, bros out here just pull, like, just stating the fact that he just used your own logic. Why is that part of the problem? Like, he just pointed out the factual truth. But you know what? Just say like you're the problem, bro. Trust me.
we're extending it. Guys, we're actually going beyond the Kafka trap. Okay, it's not just people disagreeing with the generalized statement or being caught up as part of the problem. It's even people questioning the foundational logic and how it's being applied in ways the original poster didn't want it to, which was a natural extension of their logic. Even doing that, even questioning the foundational logic behind all this, gets you labeled as part of the problem. It's insane. But we're not done.
Holy
Another
shit.
user trying to clarify, saying, so it's okay to stereotype, got it. And
Here we
then
go,
she
here we
says,
go.
it's a generalization based on statistics. If you're part of the stereotype, then cry.
Like, oh my god, man. Yo, this is just sad.
Come on. You
This-
don't see how this could be extended to other groups of people with intrinsic traits they didn't choose, right?
This is sad.
Just making generalizations based on statistics, and if you have a problem with that, you're part of the problem. Do you not see that's how all of this began in the first place? Like, there is no self-awareness. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Terrible stuff. But then you can see people just pointing out, it's annoying when you generalize. I know you're not talking about me, but it's an obnoxious thing to say. And even someone saying, I get you, but it's just annoying to generalize. It's not good enough. So then she says, then hold the men we are talking about accountable. If it doesn't apply to you, you shouldn't be offended by a blanket statement about someone's gender. Well, yes, you should never be offended about a blanket statement regarding someone's gender.
Bro, this is
Again,
not it.
keep that in mind, but someone tries to explain again. If it's okay to generalize men based on statistics, I have to assume you think the same of black people, which is really telling about your character. And she has no response other than saying LOL no. And then the other user says, they are both generalizations that you can make using statistics.
Yeah, like saying like generalizing like all men, this includes every race, man. Or even for that matter, it could also be part of different genders, because there are some genders that is still part of like men as well. So yeah, in conclusion, so we're talking about like every man in every race, and also like some parts of all the LGBTQ community. So yikes, man. But then again, though, this Vex that we're talking about, so they will just come up with some impulse, no self-awareness, like replies, and call it a day.
And then her response is, bad people are bad people. pointing out the color of their skin is a you problem. F off and go be racist somewhere else. So she is missing the point entirely, and the user clarifies saying,
Yikes.
who said anything about my opinions or thoughts? I sure didn't. All I did was change the category from men to black, from sex to race. That is all I did. And you still can't comprehend why I did that. It's actually hilarious. Like, you can spell it out. I don't know if she's just that disingenuous. She is intentionally ignoring what people are trying to do here, or she's just that clueless. She doesn't see it. Either way, it's
either be like she is clueless in that matter. Yeah, like the whole point of it is just, like trying to farm up with some haters, trying to farm up with some like the factual replies, trying to farm up with some clout, because at the end of the day, like, she has a blue check mark. She is probably earning like, I don't know, like 5 cents per, I don't know, like, I'm being too generous, probably like a nickel for each post or each comment that she replies.
really embarrassing. And of course, people
Nice
are now
rage bait.
extending it to women, making statements like this, calling all women promiscuous then. And then she says, that's not a nuanced statement, so no. You just hate women at that point, and this user
Yo, it's just sad, man. Like, like she hates man, and also like throwing a blanket statement at all men. So by that logic, having like an opposite, like all women are whores, it's just leveling the playing field at this point. But no, here comes Vex once again with another reply.
with
Oh my
the
God.
steel chair response says, you are one of them. Yeah, you're part of the problem, I guess. Hit dogs, holler, you know what I mean? Like, this is, again, an extension of her own logic, and she's triggered by it, basically becoming a part of the problem by her own design. It's crazy. And then we see some, what is this, dark woke? Is this the dark woke people talk about, where they can, like, make insults that are normally offensive, but they're doing it wokely? One person says all women are valueless. And she says, I mean, if you feel that way, I'm assuming you're gay, which is perfectly acceptable. So basically, this is their woke way of calling this user a homo, but then saying, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my God. No, like, holy shit, like, she just tiptoeing, man. Man, alright, got you. So every reply which the user is a man, like, she would say like, fuck off, you're racist piece of shit, like, go be racist somewhere else. But when it comes to homos, or just pretty much gay men, no, or you're like, your statement is good, it's acceptable. Holy shit, man. Like, these, like, every time where like she would just reply, like, make sure to have the you have like the box ticked. If you have the like a certain type just ticks, then you know what, yeah, your response is valid, it is what it is, because like, you're gay, and yeah, I respect that. Holy sh.
It's perfectly okay. Like, we understand what they're doing here, right? They're trying to make this insult, but wokely, while also making sure that everyone knows they're okay with it, while also using it as an insult. It's very hypocritical, but then again, she also called someone slow, which again is a woke way of trying to call someone regarded, I guess. But then, of course, she's not done. She starts quoting herself and then quoting her quotes to really make sure everyone knows.
Yo, another thing is that, who the fuck do this, man? Like, free block lists in the reply. Bro, is she like dead ass, man? Like, it's fucking Twitter. If we got like millions or like hundreds of millions of users every day just logs into Twitter, man, nobody gives a shit, man, if you block them. Oh my God, man, like, this crazy.
nuanced take, saying, free block list in the replies here, saying that I hate men is not the same as being blatantly racist. Choke. So once again, telling people to choke, to presumably lose their life over arguments online. And then they clarify in another post saying, I hate men. Then people ask, why are you dating one? And she says, I'm not talking about my man. I said I hate men, not my man. Oh, he's one of the good ones, I guess. Did she not understand how this is applied to other groups of people based on their intrinsic characteristics they did not choose at birth? Like, it's insane. And again, she's talked...
Bro, like, I pretty much imagine, like, when a boy is born, like, imagine, like, in the hospital, right? When the boy is born, and some lunatic comes in the delivery room and says, like, holy shit, you're part of the problem. Fuck, man. Bro, I just got, like, I just got here, man. What is my problem? Bro, like, I can't, man. This gotta be the most brainless. This gotta be the most, like, brainless piece of shit of a tweet here, and also for Vex as well. But also hip, like showing the hypocrisy, even if men are bad, but not my man. My man is a hunk. So fuck off. Rules for thee and not for me.
About men before, and she's dating a white guy, and let's hope he grants her the confidence of mediocre white men. That's all I can say. But she does the classic thing. Okay, how many times have we seen this, right? You have someone who basically picks a fight with an entire gender, and when they start finding out, they start making themselves the victim, they start intentionally misrepresenting the situation, and then post a selfie for engagement and to get validation from strangers online. So they do exactly that, in quotes saying, if you're mad about me saying all blacks are violent, you must be black and violent, end quotes, not understanding that this entire situation is just an application of her own logic and she doesn't like the results. And then, of course, she adds on saying, no, I'm not a racist piece of filth. It's that simple. Of course, given her own history of being racist.
Hold on. You know what? For one thing, like, I know for one thing that even if I'm making a wild guess, but with this fucking clout that she's garnering up or just farming at this point, surely enough, like, she got something on the blue side, right? Like, am I not the only one thinking about this? Because at this point, man, like, I pretty much know this, that if you're big enough and then like, especially you're like a female content creator or any type of like celebrity or whatnot, surely, like, later down the line, they would start like making some quote unquote premium content on the blue site just to grab some moolah for the pouch or for the bag. It's just how it is, man.
It's that simple. Of course, given her own history of being racist towards white people, very hypocritical. But then people use the shoe on head meme from one of her recent videos.
Here we go.
And she has an issue with that because she believes she is not doing the act of prostitution and tells people to shut their dumb behind mouth.
Hey, but still, by her logic, it's a meme, so you can't complain about it. It is a image. What do you mean, like this user right here just replied with a picture? What do you mean, shut your mouth?
And of course, we know that a big part of her content is doing adult content, right? Like, that's her primary form.
I knew it. I hit the jackpot, man. Like, for once, I didn't really delve like so deep. Like, I never dive in like the whole Vex thing, like the Vex thing, but I definitely hit it on the nail though. Like, every time they're always gonna like make some premium content on the blue site. Yep, I hit it on the nail. I hit the jackpot. My brain is so immaculate.
Of income. That's her main thing. And it seems to be a very sensitive topic for her, where she is constantly promoting
Bruh.
it. And honestly, diabolical, right? Just
Yo, man.
promoting it, trying to sell it, and getting 24 likes. Brutal. But of course, they have a history of mocking people for being broke or unable to afford her adult content, which is very ironic, and I'll show why in a second. But here's a post from only a year ago saying, the men screaming and crying in my replies about how much my content costs. How does it make you feel knowing you can't afford to even look at me? Oh, what a
What
narcissist.
the
That's actually
fuck?
insane. You didn't make $900 a week at your job, let alone in a day. Is she trying to flex $900 a week?
Nah,
Which is not
man.
only cringe and just, I mean, like, what?
Now, all right. Now, flex. Now, flex your Rolex. Say that this is your entire bloodline in my wrist. Man, like at this point, every time like she tweets, I think it's like at this point, like I think it's all part of like some weird kink shit, man. Like it's just like degrading, but on like the social media site. Instead of like doing it on the blue site, right? Like she just do it publicly on Twitter. Because yeah, like there's other types of men. Like there are other types of men who likes this shit, man. They like the degradation. They like the they call them like they like to like call themselves like pieces of shit. They like to get like put in their place. Yeah, on Twitter, man. It's sometimes like it's like Twitter inside Twitter. It's a colorful bunch. It's a colorful thing.
But also, for someone, I mean, if you're familiar with her account, it is a constant series of tweets almost daily asking for
Bro.
money, asking for crowdsourcing, asking for emergency streams, emergency funds. And she says that's based on a lot of her health needs. And if that's even true, okay, fine. You can absolutely
Holy shit, let me read. I got a phone call from my mom. Grammy is in the hospital currently. She wasn't getting enough oxygen in her blood and high level carbon monoxide. She tried to sugarcoat it, but I think I'm gonna need a new see her soon in August 6th. Soon it could change without breaking. The bank is the 19th of this month, literally the day after I get back from the beach. With Zach and his family, even though like extra 300, anything sooner, and I will have the damn funds in the return flight. At this point, the donation goal on throne is an emergency. I can't. You know what? If all right, like I'm just gonna give her like a benefit of the doubt. Like, say as it is, like this is an actual emergency, right? Like an actual emergency donation or donathon or whatever that she would plan just to raise funds. I will give her the benefit of the doubt, like if it's like an emergency, right? Like you can just grab a loan. Like I don't know, like if her like credit card is maxed, or I don't know where she gets her funds, but even that's like an emergency, try to like loan some shit. If that doesn't happen, then you can ask your like friends or close relatives for cash. But if that doesn't work, like the last thing that you ever ask for is your community, man. Or I don't know, like I'm not like a financial shit man, but like that, like for me, like that's what I do, since like if the emergency relates to family, of course there's always got to be like other family would actually help out. But then again though, um yeah, like it's sometimes like you got like less family than more.
ask for money, but then don't go around flexing how much money you have and then poor shaming people who, by the way, are your customers. And a lot of the
You know
problem
what, I'm being too generous, man. Like, fucking man. But then again though, like there are some like case to case where you need the money, but at the same time, if if you already have enough money, then you can just like go on flex your shit, man. Like holy shit, being an insufferable piece of shit. But yeah, we have those kind of days. Like I'm not saying that I sympathize like Vex, but sometimes like at the end of the day, people have needs. Sometimes like the narcissism like just is too much, you know.
And that you're mocking in your tweets. The irony is palpable, biting the hand that feeds, but she's not done with this entire topic.
Oh, here we go.
Another post. If you need 15 tweets to explain your nuanced post, maybe it's not nuanced, maybe it's just stupid. But basically, they try to get into this entire breakdown, and you know what? I ain't got time for this. Blah, 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 blah. All you had to say was harmful people bad, but instead you said all men, and got triggered when people applied your own logic to other categories you didn't want to see happen, right? That's all there is to it. But you know what? Hit dogs holler, as they say. But of course, you can see they don't like people farming drama. Now, of course.
Oh my god, here we go. I want to put every single VTuber or content creator who does drama slop reactionary content who... Oh shit! Oh my god, they're talking to... Yo, they're talking about me. Holy. Slurs spread misinformation on purpose for clicks. Use AI or generally use a novel person in the room full of people. They claim the room is full of strangers. And okay, show more. If you consistently give people a means to farm your shit, and that's on you. It's not farming drama for clout. Is okay. I'm done. You know what? I retract my previous statement of giving her a benefit of the doubt. You know what? I had enough, man. This is gotta be the most narcissistic piece of shit ever. And another thing is that I'm still surprised that she is still partnered with Advanced GG. Like especially with her history of just posting some weird shit, and especially just for just for clout farming drama and shit, man. Like she already planted the crops, and now she's gonna harvest the crops, and even by means that the crops are pretty much like controversial or just plain out bad or worse, you just have to like keep doing it because like it's part of your career now. That's how you do it. Like everybody knows you for what you do, what you plan it. It is what it is.
They're allowed to farm drama on Twitter and get into controversy every 2 seconds. But of course, they talk about VTubers and content creators who do drama slop reactionary content. And they're mad because they spread misinformation and slander. And you know what? If you have an issue with my video, please take it up with yourself, because this entire video was just showcasing your own tweets. That's all this entire video was. If you're mad about this coverage, look in the mirror, because all I'm doing is showing your own public tweets. They look bad enough on their own, but they look even worse when you compare them to other posts that make you hypocritical. That's like the entire situation. So if you have a problem with my video, you should probably look in the mirror, because this is all about you.
Damn.
But anyways, that's gonna do for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams a week live here on YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. Like sometimes it still amazes me that like for the longest of time, like Vex is still up and running, and like still being partnered with other brands as well. Like it sometimes like I do question, but you know what? If it's allowed, it's allowed. Like it is what it is. Like she doesn't have any she doesn't have any like right to like argue that like every time that she types like any type of words on that keyboard and starts posting weird shit on Twitter, she doesn't have any excuse to say like, oh shit, like this is misinformation. Bro, you just typed that and posted public for the world to see. Of course, there's no such thing as misinformation. If it showcase a screenshot of the post that you tweeted, it is what it is. You can't simply delete shit on the internet. It's just stuck there forever and be, like, for the world to see. That's how the internet works. So you made your bed and sleep in it. It is how it is. You're stuck in this economy now.